All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasu Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasu Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but Black Power, Black Divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. Do not hesitate. I want you to get on over there, become a member. If you're on the general YouTube page, whether you're on Sarah Student City YouTube page, I want you to become a member. The link right down in the video description is in the chat. All you have to do is click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Student City General City YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculum, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 steps to the redemption of definitive black manhood, designed by the General himself. It's an amazing course and program. It also comes with the Brotherhood of Heru roundtable live stream for the brothers, where we sit down and discuss very important, very powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. You should get over there and check it out right now, family. Teachable General Seti, the link right down in the video description. That's right. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. I know you're going to like it and love it. Get over there, check out that catalog, get a discount, shop and save. Save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com, SETI University. We're talking about over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the general. Omega voyages of the Nile, when Egypt ruled the earth, from Naga to nigger African origins of the Hindu Kush, the false teachings of the Medu Netta. We got that over there too. That's right. The making of the white man, the black woman is God, all the religions exposed. I want you to get over there. There's not another website nowhere on the planet that could compare or compete. And everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon. We got the popping page on Patreon by far right now. We got some powerful presentations up there, family. We got the sacred zoo types of the ancient Egyptians and the Tarnetaru land of the gods and goddesses. This is information no one else is. They're not dealing with it. They don't know how to deal with it. And so I want you to get over there and check that out. Family is going to speak to the origins of the ancient Egyptians. That's right. Also, where is the ancient Egyptian heaven? This is astro cosmological theology, speaking to our origin. You better learn about it, your black divinity. And to all the family, that's Patreon. Make sure you get over there, family. All the family that donated, I appreciate you. Thank you. Those that would like to donate, link in the chat, click it, donate, and make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasu Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Let me get some water, family. That's right, family. We black again. We black again. We in the house. Let me get in here. We in the house. And we need to be talking about this. Rich racist elite are paying YouTubers to run a negative media blitz on Karmelo Anthony. When you see how they doing it on Karmelo Anthony, you know how they doing it on you and everybody else. And so, the man who controls it is going, most definitely use it to his advantage. You're going to have dynamic people of our own people that's going to go up there and do some miraculous things. But, you up against, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of the other side that they're going to make sure that they YouTubers get first and foremost, they're going to have crazy numbers. They're going to get access. They're going to stay in the algorithm and all of that. They're going to make sure that the information that they want out there, that's warfare. That's warfare. You expecting that. They ain't going to let us come up here and dynamic. We dynamic like that. But they ain't gonna put you out there so that you can, you can influence minds on that level. It's gonna be fews and twos and fews that's gonna break through. But for every one of us that break through, goddamn it, they got tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands that's gonna make, everywhere you look, they're gonna come up, in the YouTube search engine. They're going to come through in crazy numbers. And that's why most of these Negroes out here, they know to appease the mayonnaise man. They know to appease the mayonnaise man because they know by doing that they're going to stay up there. And if you saying what he like, then you most definitely going to get, you're going to get seen far more than a motherfucker that he don't like. That's understandable. That's understandable. That's why we got to work 4-5 times as hard to get the truth out there. You feel what I'm saying? That's why we got to work 4 and 5 times as hard to get that information out there. And when we talk about this movement that you call the FBA, this has got to be something that must be addressed. Because you got those right there in your house. You ain't even got to cross the water. You got motherfuckers right here in your house that's literally saying the same shit that the motherfuckers across the water is saying. How black culture is criminal and black people should be ashamed of themselves. These is Negroes that is projecting this information. These is Negroes, and I'm gonna put I'm going off on them. You understand what I'm saying? From now on, I'm going to have a spot that I'm going to expose the shit out of all of them, and because they need to be exposed. And I mean, it is what it is. They need to be met on the battlefield of intellect. You understand? If you can come out there and you can say these things, then we should meet them out there on the battlefield of academia, on the battlefield of intellect. And you understand? We should challenge them to a duel. Every goddamn time they open up their damn mouth and come out here and speak against our people. They don't speak against their people like that, not on that level. And they starting to deteriorate. They starting to deteriorate. But when it comes to things like with Karmelo Anthony, where somebody, they got all type of crimes against black people, and they don't say shit about it. They don't say shit about it. And so when people say, oh, black people, they only care about a murder is when somebody white do it. Well, we feel the same goddamn way. That's a goddamn, that we feel the same goddamn way and we can back it up. Y'all only care when it's, and so when they say this shit, they really say exactly, what the other side is actually, what they engage in. They only care when it's a white one. You see, do you ever see them up there about damn near any black people that come in contact with the police? They always side with the police first. Ain't that true? They always side with them first. They don't give a fuck whether black, they don't if they see you black, they automatically got this preconceived notion that you are guilty, that you the criminal, you know what I'm saying? And that's how they think. So I mean, when I heard the half-breed Hodge twins say what the fuck they said, in reality, that's how white people think. That's the reality of it. They only care when you see right there, Austin Metcalf. Now everybody up in the uproar. You know, when Case and Allison stabbed the boy down there in full time, you don't hear nothing about him because I believe he was I believe he was Mexican, Hispanic, whatever it is. And so they figure, okay, they got one on the board. One for the team. So they don't care. They ain't going to promote that one, even though the shit is as a mirror image. And many times, I mean, and that boy was on the campus. He was on the school campus. You see, he was on the school campus with a knife where Karmelo Anthony was not even on the school campus. So he was walking around with a deadly weapon on him in school, walking with it, and anticipating. He could have easily contacted somebody and let them know, even if he felt he was threatened, he could have contacted somebody and say, oh, these boys is going to jump me, this, that, and the third. But, he planned it out. He didn't go that route. He could have did that. He could have, easily told administration that them boys was trying to jump him to avoid stabbing that boy in the chest. He ain't said shit. He just walked and he was waiting. Obviously, he was waiting. If they put their hands on me or whatever, or if he had to engage in any type of combat, he gonna stab the shit out of him. That's what he did. That's what he did. And so he didn't go the other route. He didn't go the other route. He didn't inform nobody, which he could have. He could have avoided that, but he didn't do that. They walked right up on Karmelo Anthony. You see, like they say, so this was some spur of the moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to let nobody talk shit to me neither. Nah, and these mayonnaise man don't want to take no ass whooping. If they got a thing on them, they most definitely gonna shoot your black ass because that's what they've been doing. You understand? You think they gonna knuckle up with you and they got that thing on them? Oh no, they're not gonna do that. If we can see the outcome of this shit time and time and time again. So they want us to they just want us to be the victim all the time. That's all it is. They just want us to be the victim all the time. Y'all, y'all got what's his name? Floyd, what was his name? George Floyd, whatever his goddamn name. I didn't keep up with him. You understand? Once I figured he was with the Cro-Magnon, I didn't deal with him so much. It still is. He still didn't have to lose his life though. But so they say you got one. Goddamn it, you shouldn't have got that one. They were trying to get him out of. They were trying to get him out of that. Motherfucker sitting with his knee on the man's neck, and they was trying to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Trying to get out of that one. And goddamn see the man just resting on the man's neck. I say, this is some shit right here. This is some shit right here. They want us to lose all the time. And so they got this media machine, but I got something for them. Goddamn it, whoever I can touch, goddamn it, I'm going to touch him. And all I want y'all to do out there, make sure you share the information so we can get it out here to our people. Because the odds is most definitely against us all the time. That's why we had to be dynamic. You understand what I'm saying? I'm ready. Any motherfucking time, motherfucker, I'll take on the whole goddamn team if I have to. You see what I'm saying? For the team. Not for no leisure. Not for no motherfuckers' ego and shit. Motherfuckers want. If I'm going to sit down, I'm going to put one on the board for the team. I ain't got time for all that weak shit that people out here talking about. Motherfuckers want to put up, no, So, yeah, I'm going to let it be known. I'm going to make sure that as y'all put, these YouTubers put this information out here, and that not just Karmelo Anthony. When you look at the video library, they got shit on everything, any type of blackness. If a sister get jumped on, they got that up there laughing. This motherfucker Hodge twin, an Indian woman called a black woman a nigga. They got the laughy face on there with the tears coming out the eye. They like that. You see, any goddamn thing that they could belittle black people with, they got that shit up there. That's in their title. We got to knock them down. We got to get on their head. We got to let them know. We got to call them out for being the damn raccoons that they is. We got to do this. And so, family, this YouTube, the Facebook, every goddamn thing I used to put up on Facebook. And then I come back, I put the shit up, come back, I got to sign back. I got to sign back into my shit. I already knew. Anytime you got and you ain't signed out, and you come back and get on your computer and you got to sign in, motherfucker, they didn't kick you out. You know what I'm saying? You got to come sign back in. Then they got something on the screen saying, this pose, that pose and shit, and this, that, and the third. Yeah, all these posts and shit. You can't put shit up. So they censor. They just like they say it's a freedom of speech. No, sir, it is not freedom of speech. Yeah, it's freedom of speech if you're not goddamn telling no truth. You got to be nice to your enemy. You got to say it nice. Even if they ain't nice to you, you got to be nice to them. See, this is where we at today. And sometimes, like I say, I didn't learn. I'm like Yoda. I didn't learn the ways of the Force and shit. And so I could still strike a heavy blow. You know what I'm saying? Even, y'all want to play flag football. Y'all don't want to have full combat. You understand? Y'all want to hit us with full combat. But when it's time for us to hit, you want to play flag football. We got to run up and try to get the flag and shit. But y'all can have full contact hits on us and things of that nature. We know what we're dealing with. That's why we got to get our own. That's why we got to get our own. And I'm telling you this, And so all the family out there, you know what I'm saying? They FBA, you got to be on this. You can't let these motherfuckers right here attacking everything that you trying to establish over here. So if you got to spend some time, we talk about, the family, the brothers and sisters from Africa. You need to do that. You know what I'm saying? And be fair in that approach. But you got to also talk about the ones that's saying the same shit, but right here in your own house. You got to be fair in your approach on how you deliver, a necessary rebuke on motherfuckers that's going against the team. I understand it's necessary rebuke, and I don't fault nobody for going full combat on those that need that rebuke. You see, but you got to be fair and you got to be even because the hits is coming from all over the place. These motherfuckers don't give a goddamn about no damn reparations or none of that. These niggas is Photochrome-Magnum Neanderthal. They black MAGA. They black white nationalists. Yeah, they melanated white nationalists. Yeah, that's all they is. And so we got to understand that we got the enemy and you got thieves in the temple. Yeah, you got thieves in the temple. You got the enemy right in your own temple, and you got to clean the temple out. You got to turn over the tables, and you got to clean the temple out because you got thieves in the temple. This is General Sarasu Seti. I appreciate y'all coming out. I wanted to put that very important and put some names, call some names, put them on blast, and let them know we see exactly what they doing. And goddamn it, and we calling their ass out. You understand? For being melanated white nationalists. That's all you is. All right, family. This is General Sarasu Seti. I appreciate you very much. Hit that subscribe. Yeah, you missed it. Goddamn. I'll be black early tomorrow. Arm yourself with knowledge. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Share this with your family and friend. Get on over there to Patreon. Hit that Patreon link. Hit that KingSeti.com link. Hit that Teachable link. Get over there and check out them fabulous websites. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.